Great job today. So the idea with building triads on themselves, having the first note, the third note, and the fifth note, is just making up different intervals seemingly fit together. And what happens is the wavelength at which it makes when you hit the note correlates to its third and its fifth at where the peaks and the troughs hit it. So if you have one note, you've got a tone. If you have two notes, you have harmony. If you have three notes, you have a chord. What happens when you take it up? Major, minor, minor, major, major, minor, diminished, resolution, major. We end up giving it spice and flair, which necessarily isn't there if we just do all majors. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. The spice is actually hearing the C, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, C. It gives it more flavor and spice. And what we're going to move into in a couple lessons from now is how to make modes out of just that major scale. So if we've got our whole step, half step, whole step, whole step, whole step, half step. I've got do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. What we're hearing in the C major is the first, third, fifth, laid out with all the other notes either done in octave or done in unison. Hence, C down here and C here are both the same note, but one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. It's higher. The frequency still the same, but the rate of oscillation at which that frequency hits the peak and the trough in combination with other notes in that triad determines whether it's a high impedance or a low impedance note. Both of those are C's, just one happens to be higher in tone. Okay, so these notes, C major, D minor, if I were in the key of D major and I want to go to its second tone, I would just think D, E. It would be a minor. D major, E minor, F sharp minor, and that leads us to our next caveat. In the key of C, there are no sharps, there are no flats. In the key of G, there is one sharp. It is F. So if I were to do that scale that we're working on, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, and then go down to the G and go G, A, B, C, D, E, we'd notice that this note, if I'm doing that same pattern, is not an F. It's an F sharp. Thusly, one of the sharps in D is F, the other one is C sharp. So I have D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C, D. So that C is this, but it's not that, it's this note. So that's a C sharp. So in the key of D, there are 2 sharps. In the key of E, there are 4 sharps. In the key of A, there are 3. And what you'll notice is they keep stacking on and on. So in C, no sharps, no flats. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. In the key of D, 2. I'm sorry, in the key of G, 1, F sharp. G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G. In the key of D, there are 2. D, E, F sharp, G, A, B, C sharp, D. In the key of A, there's 3. A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, G sharp, and then A. Notice that the G sharp, I could call an A flat, but I wouldn't have A, B, C sharp, D, E, F sharp, A flat, A. I would not say things twice, which is why we say G sharp. Dig? In the key of E, there are 4. E, F sharp, G sharp, A, B, C sharp, D sharp, E. If we're going to go to B, we've got 5 sharps. So we've got B, let's see, A, B, C, B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G, A sharp, G sharp, and then our resolution. We're going to be F sharp. So G sharp would have to be it, because if we're going to do a B flat, I'm sorry, not a G sharp. If we're going to have to be doing a G sharp, not a B flat, A sharp, not a B flat. Because if we were to call it a B flat and it's an A sharp, it would once again be double naming something. I wouldn't say B, C sharp, D sharp, E, F sharp, G sharp. No, G sharp. I wouldn't say A A flat, because I need that A right there to be in between G and A, because grammatically you have to have one letter representing each tonal note. Okay, so all the chords that we've learned, our C, our G, our A, our E, our D, are part of a cage system. The reason why it's important is because, as we saw, that D7 from the D, just by flattening that to the major 7th or the dominant 7th, I have possibilities of other notes to be able to put in there, like 9ths, 11ths, 13ths. All these different notes and tones add flavor and flair, and to the solo artist, they kind of designate what modal structure it will be in. So how about this? You wouldn't put Chinese 5-spice into tacos that are primarily made out of coriander, cumin. Cumin is the major one, but Cajun season. You wouldn't put additional spices which just don't relate to that dish inside the dish. So in music, if I was doing like a G to a C major to an A minor to a D major, I would say I'm in the key of G, and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. F sharp's the only note in there that's going to be the sharp note. So I've got a 1, 4, 2, 5, because I'm playing G to C, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. So 1 to 4, G, A minor is the second in the key of G. So 1, 4, 2, and then D is the 5th. Over that structure of that 1, 4, 2, 5, I could line up and write out all of the notes that are in all of my triads. And then when I do that, this is really music compositional here. In G, I've got a G, a B, and a D. In that G, B, and D, when I'm moving into the C, I also have some of those notes. But in C, I've got C, E, and G. So I could play any G notes. I could also play any E notes, but I can't play the D note because the D note is a whole step away from the C. So if I were to play the D in the key of C, it would be my second note and not my G, which is my 5th. So it wouldn't make sense for me to go something like, so here's a G, C, A, E, C, C, D, D, G, G, E, C, C, D. Anyway, we'll work on phrasings and different ways to move through melodic structures here in a minute, and we'll get back to you. Keep going with the majors and minors, and I'll see you next week, all right? Shoots.